1. For the small businesses, making profit is the main priority. 2. The library will be closed for staff training tomorrow morning. 3. All students are expected to participate in all class activities. 4. City planners recognize the need for accessible public transport options. 5. The history of economics is a tricky subject to study. 6. The amount of time spent on configuration varies considerably. 7. Scientific experiments should be repeated to verify the results. 8. Economic problems caused a big rise in unemployment. 9. Archaeologists discovered tools and other artifacts near the ancient tomb. 10. The course places considerable emphasis on critical thinking skills.
11. This project is divided into 4 main sections. 12. Many food crops require a large amount of water and fertilizer. 13. Experts are now able to forecast weather over much longer periods. 14. The study of anthropology can help us to learn about society today. 15. Information technology has changed the way people study today. 16. Students are required to have an undergraduate degree in biology to be enrolled in this course. 17. Doctoral writings have a structure in place, as well as scientific papers. 18. Conferences ought to be always scheduled 2 weeks in advance. 19. All lectures and learning materials can be found on the internet. 20. Agenda items should be submitted by the end of the day.
21. All dissertations must be accompanied by a submission form. 22. The artists and conservative politicians follow their own rules in politics. 23. The history of the university is a long and interesting one. 24. Before completing the exercise, you need to read the remaining chapters. 25. Recession triggers exciting creativity, according to public wisdom. 26. Tutors should set a clear goal at the start of the class. 27. Music has the ability to shape our emotions. 28. Most students need computers to do their homework. 29. Please confirm that you have received the textbook. 30. A very basic feature of computing would be counting and calculating.
31. There are many different styles of business management. 32. She began by giving an outline of the previous lecture. 33. Find out how to get your resources before your research. 34. The teaching staff are actively engaged in the original research. 35. The typical part of this course involves the study of society. 36. Psychologists say that what we expect to happen influences our behaviors. 37. Field trips are essential parts of most geography courses. 38. The theme of the course is to encourage students to develop their creativity. 39. Banks charge interest on the money they lend to customers. 40. Scientists have found all parts of science today.
41. This book can be borrowed for a maximum of 1 week. 42. Our view is that all the educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. 43. You need to hand in the essay next semester. 44. The digital camera has some advantages over traditional film. 45. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. 46. The excursion for children is very much open to debate. 47. Having strong motivation is vital for achieving your goal. 48. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. 49. Philosophy uses logic and reason to analyze human experience. 50. Food containing ample calories provides little or no nutritional value.
51. Technology is no longer a simple tool that we can control. 52. Most university teaching still takes place in lectures and seminars. 53. Physics is a key subject for understanding the world and the universe. 54. These words recognize the excellence of the undergraduate's research projects. 55. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. 56. It is clear that the human population impacts the environment. 57. We are phasing out the disposable cups on campus. 58. Every student has both the right and the ability to succeed. 59. Affordable housing is an important issue for all members of society. 60. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training.
61. The opening hours of the library are reduced during summer. 62. The site is designed to be highly interactive. 63. Biology involves the study of life at all levels. 64. Manufacturing now employs more people than agriculture and fishing combined. 65. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for thorough evaluation. 66. Advanced technology will create growth in the economy. 67. Your tutor will provide the guidance on how to structure the essays. 68. Momentum is defined as the combination of mass and velocity. 69. We are more able to accommodate postgraduate students than previously possible. 70. Social media is criticized for causing internet addiction.
71. It helps you to rationally assess your arguments. 72. A good research assistant is not afraid to ask questions. 73. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. 74. Students will study the language and literature of ancient Greece. 75. Rising inflation leads to increasing goods prices and decreasing demand for products. 76. Organization plays an important role in academic literature. 77. The essay should be clear during the exam. 78. Textile manufacturing plays a large role in some economies. 79. The internet has transformed the nature of publishing. 80. The new camera can identify your eyes and focus on them.
81. A good architectural structure should be usable, durable, and beautiful. 82. Statistical results should be expressed in different ways depending on the circumstances. 83. As student union members, you can influence and change a university. 84. You should submit your term papers to the general office. 85. Students will focus on reporting news on the changing media world. 86. Students are encouraged to take part in their study as well as games. 87. The vocabulary that is peculiar in a specific field is called jargon. 88. Medical researchers have focused on the causes of diseases and treatments. 89. Time and distance are used to calculate speed. 90. Social media is responsible for helping the government to solve social problems.
91. Criminal charges will be brought against all of the men. 92. The course dates are available on the college website. 93. Sound waves are unable to travel through the vacuum. 94. The museum is closed on the third Monday of every month. 95. The bar chart provides a useful means of data comparison. 96. You can get your coffee and tea in the lounge. 97. Most known oil reserves will only last for half a century. 98. The course covers architecture planning and construction on the international scale. 99. British students must study mathematics at secondary schools. 100. Please click the logo above to enter the site.
101. Understanding visual media has never been more challenging. 102. The residence hall is closed prior to the academic building closing time at the end of the semester. 103. The student shop sells a range of stationery. 104. The new research has produced some other unexpected results. 105. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. 106. The two sides have disagreed on how to solve the problem. 107. There is a list of dedicated librarians available during teaching time each term. 108. The goal of the government policy is to increase the foreign investment. 109. The English degree involves certain work placements in the third year. 110. Students are encouraged to read new books recommended by Professor Jones.
111. She used to be the editor of the student newspaper. 112. The library holds a substantial collection of materials on economic history. 113. The toughest part of postgraduate education is funding. 114. The deadline for the submission of this assignment is tomorrow. 115. Native speakers are exempt from the language tests in their own languages. 116. Traffic is the main cause of air pollution in many cities. 117. When sentencing, the court will decide whether the defendant regrets his actions. 118. Please make sure your application follows the guidelines provided. 119. Studying medicine allows for a wide range of career opportunities. 120. Eating fish twice a week is recommended for a healthy diet.
121. The new technician dropped the microscope in the biology lab. 122. The garden behind the university is open to the public in summer. 123. Let me give you an example to explain what I mean. 124. The professor took a year off to work on her book. 125. I will come back to this in a moment. 126. The professor took a year off to work on her book. 127. New media journalism is an exciting area of study. 128. We help students to develop their individualities and follow their interests. 129. Regional assembly was moved to the devolution of power. 130. Americans have typically defined the process of plant growth in quantitative terms.
131. Understanding how to use the library will save your time. 132. The nation achieved prosperity by opening its ports for trade. 133. The plight of wildlife has been ignored by local developers. 134. The railway makes long-distance travel possible for everyone. 135. Students may only park their cars in authorized university parking spaces. 136. The public is often misled by the biased coverage. 137. The curriculum should be adjusted to incorporate recent developments. 138. Babies can distinguish between what is language and what is not. 139. The quality of your statistical information depends on your raw data. 140. Air pollution is a serious problem all over the world.
141. Protective clothing must always be worn in the laboratory. 142. Certain organisms can reproduce using just one parent. 143. The terms illness and disease are confusing despite clear differences. 144. Graphs and charts allow data to be more easily understood. 145. The extent of advertising to children is open to much debate. 146. Business practices must obey contemporary general regulations. 147. There is no economic reason why public borrowing is necessarily bad. 148. The researchers are disappointed that the results of the research have been proved to be inconclusive. 149. This course aims to develop your knowledge of statistics. 150. Academic journals are usually edited by subject specialists.
151. The rising inflation rate indicates a decrease in demand for consumer products. 152. Please return the reference book to the correct position on the shelf. 153. The study of utilizing projects is funded by the university. 154. Career mobility is very important for new graduates. 155. Online courses allow students to work at their own pace. 156. Please refer to the guidelines for more information on setting the goals. 157. Many universities are continuously expanding the postgraduate education's online learning resources. 158. Experts say learning and listening to music can reduce the stress. 159. Courses are assessed by group work and individual assignments. 160. There are more opportunities to receive the grants in most artistic fields.
161. Making mistakes is fine, as long as you learn from them. 162. Muscle cells bring parts of the body closer together. 163. Employment figures will decrease in the next few years. 164. There are a wide variety of disciplines in the field of engineering. 165. Children start producing words before they are able to walk. 166. Extracurricular activities can help students to develop more talents. 167. Our laboratory equipment is provided free of charge. 168. Although sustainable development is not easy, it is an unavoidable responsibility. 169. This course can help to deepen your appreciation of art. 170. New developments in technology are influencing current research.
171. While reconciliation is desirable, basic underlying issues must first be addressed. 172. The student magazine is looking for a new editor. 173. Before submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application. 174. It is interesting to observe the development of the language skills of toddlers. 175. All medical students must clean their hands before entering the room. 176. The night sky has always involved mystery and wonder. 177. Many universities provide exchange programs to other countries. 178. Our aim is to transform classical teaching in the classroom. 179. Optional tutorials are offered in the final week of a term. 180. The closing date of application for travel scholarship is next Monday.
181. Many important policies need to be made. 182. Nutrition plays a key role in athletic performance. 183. Universities should invest in new technologies designed for learning. 184. Teaching assistants will receive a monthly stipend for housing. 185. Technologies have rapidly transformed the lifestyle of the majority. 186. Studying history can help you better understand the present. 187. Scholarship applications must be handed in by the end of the month. 188. Purity is one feature that makes gold expensive. 188. The transformation of media has changed the way information is both used and studied. 190. Social policies describe the ways societies meet human needs.
191. Our company currently employs more than 10,000 people worldwide. 192. Parents talk to children tends to be simplified. 193. There are a variety of different ways to present statistical information. 194. A surprisingly large number of students applied for that course. 195. The visiting speaker used to be a lecturer in this department. 196. Nowadays, accounting is far more important for businesses than ever before. 197. Leaving valuable possessions unattended in public places is risky. 198. The faculty staff are very approachable, helpful, and extremely friendly. 199. The history department is very active in research. 200. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later.
201. It is really a comprehensive program covering both theory and practice. 202. We are researching the most significant challenges facing our society today. 203. For the purpose of research, data should be collected and analyzed. 204. Key business partners are often involved in shared expense accounts. 205. The summer course was cancelled due to insufficient re-enrollments. 206. Traveling by boat on the river is not possible in winter. 207. Online courses enable people to improve their skills while employed. 208. Students are advised to use multiple methods for this project. 209. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policy of the United States. 210. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers.
211. Consumer confidence has a direct influence on sales. 212. It takes a long time to walk to the university. 213. Lecture outlines are available on the faculty board and the internal website. 214. New developments in manufacturing are constantly changing the way we live. 215. Distance learning allows you to develop a career around your commitments. 216. Accommodation on campus is limited, but there are more options nearby. 217. Undergraduates have a wide range of cultural modules to choose from. 218. The deadline for the marketing and scientific assignment will be extended. 219. Undergraduates may pursue their specific interests within certificate programs. 220. Classical mechanics is sometimes considered as a branch of applied mathematics.
221. Students would develop confidence in their ability to think critically. 222. A group meeting will be held tomorrow in the library conference room. 223. Economic development needs to be supported by the government. 224. This course is integrated because it has several parts. 225. There is a clear need for further research in this field. 226. The celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy. 227. Companies' projects must adapt to the general data protection regulations. 228. When parents talk to children, the tense is simplified. 229. The exam application system has been upgraded for professional exams. 230. Globalization has been an overwhelming urbanization phenomenon.
231. She has made a significant contribution to the field of chemistry. 232. Global connections increased in academic communities, thanks to social media. 233. Our workshops are open for all students on campus. 234. The untapped potential of using the sun's rays is phenomenal. 235. All of the assignments must be submitted in person to the faculty office. 236. The urban geography degree includes the study of demography. 237. Global connections thrive in academic communities, thanks to social media. 238. The job for tomorrow will require higher-level skills. 239. The results of the studies, the discoveries from early detection. 240. Many birds migrate to warmer areas for the winter.
241. It would be extremely beneficial to work together. 242. The universities provide excellent leisure facilities for students and staff. 243. The archaeologists' new discoveries stand out in the previously overlooked foundations. 244. Thousands of people turned out to be at the presidential address. 245. The theatre study courses encourage students to exercise their creativity. 246. Imported default packages are likely to be used for most computers. 247. Scholarships are available for both local and international students. 248. Food has become a political issue in the world today. 249. Organizational failure is considered from various perspectives in academic literature. 250. Peer review is an essential part of the scientific method.
251. The introduction is an important component of a good presentation. 252. New media have transcended traditional national boundaries. 253. Scientists learned through the observations and the analyses of human behavior. 254. The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure, compositional style. 255. All of your assignments should be submitted by next Tuesday. 256. The essay will be published once the research is finished. 257. Those who are considering a career in marketing should attend the talk. 258. Parents are financially responsible for their children until they reach adulthood. 259. The results of this research highlighted the importance of ecosystem balance. 260. We can have a lecture on the morning of Thursday.
261. An essay should use evidence from both primary and secondary sources. 262. Nurses can specialize in clinical work or management. 263. Research shows that knowledge and experience are essential to creativity. 264. It is an integrated course with several main elements. 265. The designers will complete the plan later today. 266. Some departments have their own specialist book collections. 267. Building trust is not something that can be achieved overnight. 268. In his lifetime, he composed a large number of works. 269. The other book isn't thorough, but it's more insightful. 270. Collaboration between departments is a feature of successful companies.
291. Art is an expression of creative skills and imagination. 272. Humans use symbolic languages to communicate plans and intentions. 273. A wide range of courses cover different aspects in this subject. 274. Assignments should be submitted to the department office before the deadline. 275. The university now faces a series of challenges of finance. 276. The course dates are available on the college website. 277. Despite their differences, all forms of life share certain characteristics. 278. Many vocational courses in the institution are funded by private enterprises. 279. All students have their own styles of learning. 280. All industries consist of systems of inputs, processes, outputs, and feedback.
281. Tomorrow's lecture has been cancelled due to the power cut. 282. Extension is only available under special circumstances. 203. The marketing budget has doubled since the beginning of the year. 204. In addition to the class requirements, students must pass all the qualifying examinations. 285. Many diseases that were once serious have now been eradicated. 286. International exchange formed the important part of our study program. 287. Make sure you choose a course that provides great career opportunities. 288. Timetables about new term will be available next week. 289. The application process may take longer than expected. 290. Many university lectures can now be viewed on the internet.
291. The archaeologists were astonished by the unexpected previously overlooked foundations. 292. The degree is taught by using a mixture of lectures and seminars. 293. Most of the lectures begin promptly, so do not be late. 294. The student union hosts a variety of social events. 295. We can all meet at my office after the lecture. 296. The stock market crash had repercussions throughout the world. 297. Strangely, people are simultaneously impressed by and skeptical of statistics. 298. Students must wear protective clothing provided in the medical laboratory. 299. The economic strength of early Roman Republic will be examined. 300. I thought it was through the small meeting room.
301. The essay is easy to complete once the research is finished. 302. We encourage students to complete their applications before the deadline. 303. A series of lectures showcasing economic research have been recorded. 304. An architect requires problem-solving skills and an eye for design. 305. Graduates from this course typically pursue careers in the financial sector. 306. Peer group pressure has a significant effect on young people. 307. Remember, the prestigious election of stewardship has strict eligibility criteria. 308. Our faculty includes 5 libraries across the university. 309. A campus tour is beneficial at the beginning of each term. 310. The news will not be received until the following week.
311. A visit to the Design Museum is of great value. 312. Too much information may be avoided by good research design. 313. Formal conclusions could be established through rigorous experiments. 314. Reading histories involves a process of careful selections. 315. Today, a number of students have volunteer jobs. 316. The biology department is respected in research activities. 317. The university's main library will be open till midnight next Saturday. 318. The reception staff can give advice on renting private accommodation. 319. Students are permitted to park in campus parking spaces. 320. The horizontal line on the graph indicates that there was no change in the period.
321. We can see the stars that were formed 13 billion years ago. 322. More research is required in the field of food science. 323. Implementation figures are expected to improve over the next few years. 324. The academic tradition of the school ensures excellence. 325. The library will stay open until midnight this week. 326. The coffee machine located on the 3rd floor is not working today. 327. Make sure you have saved all the files before turning off the computer. 328. Sociology policies are the sources of the government to solve social problems. 329. Scientists recognize different ice types according to the water molecule content. 330. Even simple techniques need to be practiced to become perfect.
331. Slides and handouts can be downloaded after the lecture. 332. The government is funding a research study on the consequences of unemployment. 333. Critical thinking is one part of a broad education. 334. Art and design is a competitive field to work in. 335. The skills of great stage actors cannot be taught. 336. Providers of higher education treat plagiarism extremely seriously. 337. The capacity of programming computers is expanding enormously every year. 338. Urban planning emphasizes the efficiency and expansion of the community. 339. Every living thing begins as a single cell. 340. The course will start with the history of architecture.
341. The falling birth rate means the number of students drops. 342. The research shows that spending time outdoors has a range of benefits. 343. The university library holds a number of collections of geological maps. 344. Our company must have independent financial auditing. 345. Despite the protest, the chemistry department was closed down. 346. The scientists found most of the studies today. 347. The essay will argue that the technology does more harm than good. 348. Libraries in many areas were closed due to the lack of funding. 349. Agricultural development is vital for poor rural areas. 350. We hold the visiting days throughout this year for all undergraduate students.
351. We support the research on problems related to tropical cyclone dynamics and forecasting. 352. Open days for undergraduates occur all year round for campus visits. 353. Urbanization increases the costs for other communities. 354. Globalization in the modern world leads to economic growth. 355. The university will cease the colossal renovation of the faint empty theatre. 356. Businesses must adapt to the general data protection regulations. 357. Sugar is a solid carbohydrate which is always used to sweeten food. 358. It is argued that students can learn more by collaboration rather than as individuals. 359. If you are not sure, phone student services for help. 360. Neurons are principally involved in chemical processes.
361. Writing history needs a careful selection process of diverse sources. 362. Gold is a metal that occurs in a pure state. 363. Medical books and journals have been moved to the 2nd floor. 364. At that time, few people moved from towns to villages. 365. University graduates lose their time finding jobs. 366. There will be a conference here next summer on using the web for academic research. 367. We need to work together to achieve high educational standard. 368. The study is among the initial projects funded by the university. 369. Mental health professionals are talking about the topic of vulnerability.